Hi guys, and welcome to RetroB8. So, as you can guess by the title, today is a little bit of a different video than what I normally do. This is a channel update. Now, I've just realised today, after being on YouTube for possibly, I think it's about a year and a half now, that I've never actually done a channel update. So, I asked a few of my friends, I was like, what is so special about a channel update? And I got some really good feedback. They were like, well, people are actually taking an interest in your channel, what you've been doing, and what you're going to be doing. So, yeah, I kind of figured I've never actually told anyone about this. So, today is the day that we're going to do this, guys. So, what am I going to start with? Okay, I'm going to go back a couple of months, and I'm going to speak a little bit about the Gaming Expo in Blackpool. Now, I had a great time there, met some fantastic tubers as well. It really was a pleasure to meet people that I've watched on the screen, like you are now. That it seems quite bizarre when you meet them in real life. They're like a 3D version of this flat screen image that you get to see. But not only that, they're interactive. So when you talk to them, they answer back. And I had a really, really good time. On the Friday night, we went for a few drinks. As you know, I'm quite partial to the odd pint of wine. And when I went to the bar to ask for a bottle of wine, they were like, yeah, of course, we've got one of those. And I was like, oh, can I get a glass, please? And the guy turned around and he's like, well, there's only one problem. And I was like, what's that? He says, we haven't actually got any wine glasses. And I was like, obviously, that's not a problem. Just give me a pint glass. So, yeah. Finished me, drank me pint of wine. Had the second bit that was left over, and I was left with a difficult choice. Do I go with a second pint of wine or not? Now I decided not to, but as I was talking to the barman, I noticed behind at least 200, maybe 300 wine glasses stacked, all on the shelves where they really were. So yeah, someone proper stitched me up that night. I've still never found out who it is. I've got my suspicions, but I can't prove anything. But yeah, went for a kebab. Spent a lot of time with Super Jimtendo and Saion, the ginger hippie gamer. But yeah, I met Pete Onaretrotip. I met Paul Badham, Mr. Bads. It was brilliant to speak to him. Absolute wealth of knowledge. Among many others. Honestly, there's literally too many people to name. The Expo itself, it's the first time I've ever been to anything like it. I was very hungover, but I think it was a bad kebab I had. But anyway, I don't know. That's I don't normally get so hungover from a pint of red wine. But yeah, I felt really ropey the next day. To be honest, I actually struggled to find anything to buy, but I did find a copy of Mortal Kombat on the Mega Drive. That's what I went for. I did rummage around looking for cassettes, but there was just nothing that really stuck out for me. But yeah, that's where I'm going to start off with the update, because I'm just going to start from the past and just go through things a little bit. So here's a couple of photos of me at the Expo. As I was saying, yeah, it was a really good time. The journey was absolutely horrendous because obviously Blackpool to Inverness is not it's not just a 5-minute journey. However, next I'm going to move on to something I'm really passionate about, guys, and I'm sure you are if you watch my channel, and that's Homebrew. This year I've covered quite a lot of Spectrum, Commodore 64, and even a little bit of Amstrad Homebrew where I've had the chance. Now, there's a lot more Homebrew coming. I've got hold of Spectrum, more Commodore, and quite a bit of Amstrad actually, which I'm really looking forward to doing. And also there's going to be a collaboration on a Homebrew game coming soon. But I'll let you know a little bit about that when it comes a bit closer to the time. I'm thinking it's going to be probably next year by the time we get around to doing that. So yeah, if you haven't already, guys, please check out the Homebrew playlist that I've got, because you might have missed some. You can actually see from when I first started doing the Homebrew to now quite a difference in the homebrew. But one thing I want to go back to is definitely having the voice over the top of the gameplay, so you can really hear my frustration and my hate when I'm dying, because I just don't think that's coming across quite as much as what it used to when you're just watching the gameplay itself. So that is going to be homebrew, continuing into next year, and well, pretty much as long as I'm doing this channel, to be fair. So yeah, it's something that's quite close to my heart. The next thing I'm doing when it comes to 8-bits is the Commodore Classics collection. Now, this basically it's any games that is back in the day. You know, between like 1982 and 1992, I class those as, like, you know, because they were brought out in the lifetime of the machine, when the machine was still being produced and sold in the shops. It's been varied so far. Most of the games I've played, I've still enjoyed, and they brought back quite a lot of nostalgia. But there is some games that I've played that, to be fair, I definitely used to look at these games through rose-tinted spectacles, and they haven't aged well. But most of them have. So yeah, so it's just a bit of a journey for myself, really, to rediscover games from the past. But also, this is what I need from you guys. I want to play games that I haven't played that are classic games on the Commodore 64. Now, I've only got such a such a certain range of games, you know, such a spectrum of games that I like to play, and I've definitely missed some. There's thousands and thousands of games out there for the Commodore 64. So if you've got any suggestions of games that are particularly good, or if you want to be a little bit naughty, you can maybe put in some that are really, really bad. And yeah, do you know what? Let's take a look at them. I'll play them and I'll give you my overall thoughts about the games. So that is the Commodore Classics collection. Of course, there's also a playlist for that as well, if you want to go and check them out. Okay, guys, then we move on to something that that's evolved on the channel. And that is the Retro Gamer Quiz. The Retro Gamer Quiz started on a live show I was doing with Danny Smeg Harrison and James Evans. I put to them that I had an idea of putting a quiz in. So they played against each other, and I got some really positive feedback. Since then, guys, we've done at least, I think it's 18 episodes of the quiz. We have coming up this Thursday, the grand finale of 2021. This is the top 3 guys who are going to go up against each other, and the winner will be crowned the 2021 Retro Games Quiz champion. So in that final, we have got Lee, the nerdy geezer, we have got Lee, the retro chef, and we have got Scott, the Sega Zombie. So there's going to be a few little extra rounds. There's going to be maybe some different questions than what there normally is as well. But the big thing from this comes, guys, is that the winner of the Retro Gamer Quiz will be taking on Larry Bundy on Wednesday, the 22nd of December at 8 PM. And that is going to be our Christmas special quiz. Now, I am hugely looking forward to this. Larry Bundy is someone that I've been watching for quite a while. I really enjoy his fact hunt videos, among others, but they're really the ones that I just absolutely love. And yeah, you just find yourself watching one after another, after another, after another. So also, the quiz starting from next year will be a slightly different format. At the minute, what we do, it's like a winner stays on scenario. But I understand that, you know, some people might not be able to commit to every other Wednesday. So we're going to try doing a league format instead. Whereas the points that you get within the quiz will decide where you go in the league table. Now this is the fairest I can make it. I'm hoping to get everyone on twice so that we can get like a fair comparison, so you get like 2 different sets of questions and a more overall gauge of your knowledge. And then hopefully by the end of next year we'll be able to get someone at the end of the year. Well, we'll have like a playoff. So I was thinking maybe the top 4 places, first against 4th, second against 3rd, then we have a final, and then the winner will again hopefully take on someone of YouTube celebrity status. Or that's how I'm planning it anyway. So that'll be the retro gamer quiz continuing into next year, guys. Again, as long as I've got this channel, and as long as YouTube is as fun as what it has been for the last year and a half, then the retro gamer quiz will continue. Because it's genuinely something I really love doing. I love meeting new people. I love talking to guys on live streams. It's just real good fun. And to be fair, the questions sometimes get in the way of just a good laugh. But if you're into quiz questions as well, it's general knowledge, pictures, music. Guys, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's normally every other Wednesday at 8 PM. So, next on this channel update, I want to speak to you about hit squads. Guys, I'm sure that you know that I am a huge hit squad collector. I've got a full Commodore 64 set. We're getting close on the Amstrad and the Spectrum. All the other tape cassettes are done. We've got them all. And just while we're on, I thought I'd share this with you guys, because even though I picked up some fantastic hit squads a couple of months ago, I thought that was going to be it for the year. Well, it wasn't. I managed to get one more this year. So here it is. This is one of my favourite games. My favourite version of it is actually on the Super Nintendo because of the button layout of the controller, which I just think makes this game a little bit, just a little bit easier. If you haven't guessed it by now, guys, we have got Super. Well, no, this is not Super, is it? It's just Smash TV, but this is Smash TV for the Spectrum. I managed to pick this up from eBay recently for a very good price. Now that means that I think I'm down to 8 left to go on the Spectrum, and I think it's 7 on the Amstrad to a full complete hit squad tape set. So still quite a long way to go. If you know how hard these hit squads are to come by, they are quite difficult, especially now at the business end of things. But it'll go on, and the quest will continue to hopefully one day have the full set. There's a couple of other guys out there doing the same as well, and and then you're up against individual collectors for certain systems. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy task. It's definitely something that is it's a long game. It's definitely a marathon, definitely not a sprint, not unless you have absolute mega bucks, which, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in a shed here, so you can probably tell that I ain't got mega bucks. But I can only do the best I can. So that's the hit squad update for this year, and of course it will continue into next year. Okay guys, so we're coming to the end of the video now, but also a couple of honourable mentions. I was lucky enough to take part in the Retro5 streams. The Retro5 streams is basically just 5 YouTubers who well, do you know what, we just wanted to kind of tackle maybe questions that people don't like to answer head on, and as honestly and as open as we can possibly be with you about the things that's going on in the community and just in retro gaming in general. I do like to think that people have enjoyed what we've done so far on the Retro5. It's not going to be, I wouldn't say a stream that's going to be happening on like a regular basis, because when you're trying to get 5 guys together to do a live stream, obviously we've all got different commitments, different family ties, different work, so it is quite a difficult thing to do. But I must admit, when we have managed to get together to do it, it's been really good fun, and me personally, I've managed to get quite a few things off my chest. Whether people agree with me views or not, that's not for me to decide, but it is what it is. Everyone's got a different perspective, everyone's got a different view, and I respect yours, and I'll listen to it. I have actually changed my mind. I'm not a stubborn person. I have changed my mind when people have put a counter argument towards me, and I've turned around and said, do you know what? Yeah, I've actually think you've got a point there, and I wasn't actually thinking about it from that perspective. So it is possible. It is possible. Also, speaking about streams, I've been really looking to be a part of one of my favourite streams this year. A lot more than what I imagined I would be. I think the first time I went on the swap shop was March or April, around about then. Not long after I'd been nominated for YouTuber of the Month. Now, since then, I think I've done maybe 4 out of the last 5. I have been on quite a few times, but I am running out of stuff to show because I'm obviously not buying as much as what I used to because my collections are coming towards the end. Like, I'm starting to find the games that are nostalgic to me, and with having limited room in the shed, I do tend to stick to nostalgic games only, apart from the hit squad, of course, but we've already touched on that. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to Lee, the retro chef, for having me on the swap shop. It's been a great laugh. I've really enjoyed it. I've picked up some absolutely cracking bargains, and yeah, it's kind of pushed me into a new little bit of collecting. Again, this is only going to stay nostalgic, and it's not gaming related. However, a lot of my favourite games are based on these films, and that's VHS videos. And I just want to quickly show you this, guys, because this is what Sega Zombie sent me, a pack of all sorts of goodies, and I only managed to get around to open it the other day. But we've got an absolutely great copy of the Terminator on VHS. Now, I'll just quickly show you the other ones I have got. They are all my favourite films. We've got The Thing, which is my favourite horror of all time. Then we've got Aliens, which is just, I mean, I think that's probably my favourite film of all time. Then we've got Critters, lots of nostalgia from this, from being a kid. Then we've got Terminator 2. I hope 2D Rob's not watching, because this is a side-on video, but it's okay when they're stacked up, you can't tell. Another Schwarzenegger film, another classic, Total Recall. No collection's complete without the man himself, RoboCop. And last but not least, in my very small collection of VHS is, of course, yeah, you guessed it, the Predator. Well, Predator. So that's me small collection of VHS up to now. As I say, it's only going to be highly nostalgic films that are going to make it into that pile. And that's about it, guys. The only other thing I was going to mention was you might have noticed some sound quality improvements, or at least I hope you have. I invested in one of these, a Blue Yeti microphone, and if I'm being honest, it's helped massively for streams such as, you know, the Swap Shop Retro 5 and the Retro Gamer Quiz. Whereas before you always had a nightmare trying to like control the levels of the volume. Not anymore. With this being a USB microphone, it does it all for you. So it's just, it really feels like it's helped the channel move on just that little bit more, you know, as we're edging closer to what, well, my target is. My target for this year was 800. Well, actually no, I tell a lie. My target for this year was 400 subs. That was my target. I like to set myself targets. I know it's not for everyone. I know people, you know, happy to not see the channel grow. Each to their own. Personally, I always look as if I'm trying to improve. Yeah, I might not have improved that much, but so yeah, the target originally was for 400, and yeah, now I've reset the target for 800. So we're hovering around about there now. You know, it goes above, it goes below, but you know, these things happen, and it'll come in time. So again, without you guys watching this right now, the people who sub to my channel, then I wouldn't be reaching these goals, guys. And I must admit, it is a great feeling when you get some new people subscribe to your channel, and it's just fantastic seeing that, you know, the same people making the comments in the videos who do go to the trouble of watching these. So I just want to say thank you to you as well. We're heading towards Christmas. I have the Christmas decoration up. It's that one little bit of tinsel there. That's as Christmassy as it gets in the shed, apart from, of course, obviously the Christmas special, the quiz that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, apart from that, guys, that is my channel update. So that's my first channel update. I hope you enjoyed it. I did actually enjoy just having a good old natter without any games getting in the way. Anyway, guys, you know me. That's me done for now. I hope to see you on Thursday for the quiz. So until then, goodbye.